Hey loves, it's me, Love Jones. I am back with another one. So I was debating whether or not I was even gonna come on here today. I probably wasn't. Um, I really haven't made any effort to. Um, my day was going well, even with the people I feel like were staged inside of my vehicle. Um, I know they used to do that a lot. Put people inside of my car and had them make these fake reports on me, which is kind of why I stopped doing the whole driving thing. So, um, start doing a little bit of that again today. I feel like they have people staged in my car per usual. But the last young lady, she had horrible energy, y'all. It felt so bad. Like, I couldn't wait to get her out of my vehicle. It's so crazy. I picked her up from this Jamaican restaurant, and the whole time, almost immediately when she got in the car, I felt her energy off, and I wanted to get her out of my car so bad. Y'all, this lady right here. Boy, this lady right here. The last lady that I had on here, remember I showed y'all her already. And I told y'all what I thought about her and what I felt like she was doing, the messy lady. And so she tried it today. I just looked up and just seen her again. It's so funny because she was parked over on the other side over there. But for some reason, I left, went down, sat down and ate, just came back because I wanted to use this Wi-Fi. Actually, for some reason, my tablet or any of my devices is not connecting to my hotspot on my phone. I don't think that's a coincidence. And so I have to come and actually sit down where there's Wi-Fi to connect this. And I wanted to let my phone charge up a second. So I came back here to only look up and see now she's back over here on this side. But she just started a whole little scene. Um, she spoke to me and said something like, um, well, hey, how are you? Some way she said it, y'all. I can't even remember. But it kind of threw me off, and my response was, well, why you say it like that? I said it just like that. So she went on this whole little spiel about her not being from here, and she don't know why people think she's rude. I think she said something about she feeling like the other people are rude. I don't remember. Honestly, she said so much, and all I asked her was, well, why she say it like that? Because she didn't have to say anything at all. Mind you, she barely say anything to me. I've seen her in there several times. She's only spoken to me once when I just so happened to be in the bathroom standing right next to her. And she acted like she was so nice, but I knew it was BS because I heard like I told y'all, she been being really messy. And I heard her saying something about me when I went into the restroom. So I knew her speaking with a smile was all fake. It's so crazy. But she went on this whole little spiel, and at the end of it, I really don't remember what all she said, but my response was, just to avoid all of that, just don't speak to me then. Don't even say anything. And her response was, well, fuck you. So I said, fuck you too. Continued to do what I was doing. This lady walked up in my face and started talking all kind of shit. Was saying she just waiting for somebody like me to swing first so she can do something. Now where she been in there, I'm telling y'all. She been being messy the whole time. You could see it written all on her face. She just a messy old lady. She gotta be in her probably 50s. I'm gonna guess 50s. Late 40s or somewhere in her 50s. For her to be as old as she is, she messy as hell. And y'all know, I've been called it out from the very first day I seen her. If you go back and look at the videos, because I could read all through that energy. And so I would just watch her. I stayed away from her. She ain't my friend. But I noticed, like I told y'all before, she be in the store trying to make friends with all of the staff so that she can spread whatever gossip it is that she's trying to spread. So today I gathered from a bunch of other stuff she was saying that she's not from here. So I don't know where she came from, but she messy as hell, y'all. And she finally tried it today. She wanted me to swing at her so bad, but she don't understand. I had hot food in my hand. Had I swung at her, I would have been swinging hot food. She would have felt like I was throwing hot grits at her ass. Because that's what I had in my hand. Wasn't grits, but it was hot. Like just coming out the microwave hot. Water still in it. Matter of fact, to be exact, it was noodles. The microwave, so it was all still hot. Had I swung at her, her and her dog would have been messed up. But luckily, I have some type of self control, because evidently she don't. That's what she was up here for, to provoke. So she been spreading rumors, talking about people for the last couple of weeks. Seem like trying to make friends with the staff so that she seemed more believable. And then I guess she decided to try me today. I'm so tired of people like that, y'all. Don't y'all know I wanted to say something? Don't y'all know I wanted to pull her cord? And she's still sitting in there. It's so funny because I just pulled up and I didn't even pull over on the other side of the store where she was parked. I pulled up on a completely different side only to look up and see her walking in the door looking at me. So she's still being messy. She's sitting down having this conversation again. She talked to anybody, y'all. Anybody in that store that'll listen to her. She talked to. And it's just sad to be so old and messy like she is. You sit up here all day long and you gossip about people. And then I feel like her whole thing was to try to provoke me to react so that I can look crazy, so she can make me look like I'm crazy. Now I sit in there. I don't even sit in there anymore, to be honest with you. I haven't sat in there in probably about a week now. I just so happen to go in there this time. Y'all know last time I talked about this, I said I pulled up and she was sitting out in her car over there, and I seen her and immediately just pulled off, came over here to this side because I didn't want nothing to do with her. Because I know what she is. I know exactly what she is. Then the girl came outside, one of the staff members that worked there, to try to see what was going on. And I'm telling her what was going on, and her response is, she with me. This somebody I know. You telling somebody I know about what I did. You don't even know these people. She don't know these people, y'all. She's standing there and talk all day to anybody who would talk to her. Anybody who would talk to her. Anybody who would listen to that gossip. She talk about everybody she see, but I don't even think the whole purpose was for her to talk about everybody. I think it's just for her to make friends so that she can say whatever she got to say about me. I told y'all at the beginning, if y'all go back and listen to my other videos, you can absolutely tell what she was trying to do. And at one point, her and the other guy that I was telling y'all about in my video would switch spaces. She come one day, he come the next day. She come one day and he come right behind her the next day. Just so happened one day they came in together. Soon as she left, he came in. Like he was looking for me. Well, he left out of here. I hadn't seen him in probably about a week. I seen him limping. Looked like his legs and feet were swollen. So maybe he went and sat down somewhere. Telling what's going to happen to her next. Because God don't like ugly. It's just messed up that I have to deal with these type of people. I try to stay to myself, y'all. I'm over there warming up my food. I hadn't said nothing to her. I never say anything to her because I don't like her. I read her energy from the very first day that I seen her. And so I'm not going to go out my way to speak to you when I don't even like you. I'm just not going to say nothing at all to you. It's simple. And so I don't even say anything to her. The day she spoke to me in the restroom, I spoke back and went on about my business because I know what she is. And it's sad. It's always us, y'all. It's always us. Act like we don't have no sense. Act like she came up out of some mental institution somewhere. And it's so funny the fact that she says she's not from here. Because I told y'all I have a lot of people around me at all times that's not from here. And it was funny. When I left here, right after that happened, I went down to the park. And you know who pulled right up behind me with this little grin on his face? I don't know either. But it's one of us, just the same. Just so happened to see him have a paper tag, he in this flex car. I went to pull off and look back and noticed he had a paper tag on the car. He pulled up with this little grin on his face like he already knew what was going on. I know a lot of people around here know what be going on and they don't say anything. They keep it to themselves and it's sad. Nobody will open their mouth and say anything. But she lucky I had some type of self-control because them hot noodles would have been in her face had I not had any self-control. While she called herself trying to provoke me to swing first, while she holding a little dog that's this big in her arm and up in my face like this, y'all. In my face like this. But I already knew this was gonna happen. That's why I ain't even allow myself to get that mad because I knew this was gonna happen. I knew at some point because I read it all in her energy the very first day I seen her. So I know she's messy. And I can tell that it's other people around here that are there just like the same. They plants. They're there to try to provoke you to do something so that they can further this whole thing about you being crazy. Now, why they want to call me crazy, I have no idea. I have no idea. Ever since I came back, I just kind of stayed to myself. But this is the type of energy that I get from dumbass people like this. And to think, I pulled up on this side, and here she come, looking all crazy on this side. She's sitting up in there now. I don't know, I guess pouring her little heart out to, again, one of the staff members, whoever would listen. Because that's her whole plan, to try to build a relationship with the staff members. But I told y'all on my other video, I was laughing at her last time because I'm like, she left up out of here. And she saying this boy's name like she like this with him, like she know him like this. But I know he just started working here. Like that day was his first day. Maybe she didn't realize that. But I've been coming in here for a little while. And the fact that I had just seen them that morning sitting at the table, like waiting for them to get started. And so I know him and the other girl that was with them. Matter of fact, the one she in there talking to now, that was their first day. And it's so funny. It's just sad, y'all. You have to laugh to keep from crying because it's just pure ignorance. This the type of stuff I have to deal with. And I don't know who the little girl was in my car. She may have been just old enough to go to college. She wasn't that old, y'all. She had acne all across her forehead, so y'all know she wasn't that old. She very young. Her energy was horrible. Y'all know I get to talking to myself in my head. I don't know if it's talking to yourself rather than thinking. I get to thinking about stuff. So the whole time I'm riding, I'm thinking about this and how bad her energy is and how sad it is, because I felt like she was placed in the car too to do whatever it was she was doing. And as I'm thinking about it, I can look back and see her kind of smirking. So yeah, I couldn't wait to get her out of my car, but it's so funny. When I dropped her off, that energy lingered. Like I can feel it all in my head. Like it kind of gave me a headache. It just lingered around. And it's so weird that when I got here, now here come Messy Betsy in there with her shit. And then I pull off and go to the park down there. And here come two black guys. One pulled right up beside me. I don't know what he was doing. No, before they pulled up, I'm looking at this little thin white lady. She was going inside the park, or kind of just hanging around. And I looked up and seen her go into the woods. And then she came out holding a purse like this. She was walking holding her purse open like this. And I just remember looking at her thinking, what kind of drugs is she on? Or what the hell is in that purse? Why she walk out holding it like that? And I'll be dog if I turn my head. A few minutes later, she walking up to my car. At the time, the windows was down or up. At the time, the windows were up. She walking up to my car. I don't know what she was saying. I didn't even acknowledge the fact that she was right there, because I'm like, I'm over this. I don't know what the hell y'all trying to do, what it is y'all trying to set up, but that shit ain't gonna work. The man just randomly hit my car door, told me I need to watch myself the other day. They in there, got Messy Betsy in there. She been waiting to take her chance and be messy with whatever it is that she in there saying. Ain't nobody told me what she said, but I told y'all I heard her one day specifically talking about me. So I know before I even heard her what her energy read. It was just mess all over it. You got the store manager that all of a sudden, I went in there one day and she asking the girl, was she okay, like 10 times. Like they was worried about me doing something. And so my thought immediately was, okay, whatever rumors they were trying to spread evidently done got to the store manager. And it's so stupid to me because I've been here again for over 11 years. And so you would think she'd know me by now, because she's been here just as long as I've been over here. But evidently she don't. So, that kind of irritated me. Then one of the guys, I thought he was cool at first, but after he made this little smart comment, that's why I just kind of stopped coming over here altogether. I stopped sitting in there like I do, or like I did. Just so happened I just stopped by today. And that's the kind of stuff that I get. It's like she's been waiting to take her chance, but she don't know her face would have been all messed up. Messy Betsy. Her face would have been all messed up, y'all. She's sitting there and gossip all day long. And when the people not on break, she will stand at the counter right there and talk to them for hours. That's how messy she is. That's how much of an agenda she try to stick to. She has an agenda, y'all. And she been trying to get it done since I first told y'all, however long ago that was. I just been watching her. Just kind of act it all out, just watching her. It's very sad. It's very sad. So now she got one of the newer people, the one that came in the same day with the guy. Now she got them outside with her. I don't know. Y'all, this lady messy as hell. And I'm just kind of over it. I might not even come up here no more. Part of me still want to come. Part of me still want to come up here because it's like, why are you so messy? And why is the staff catering to this messy shit? All of them look like us. All of them look like me. But of course, like the song say, they not like us. Completely different. Because they on some other stuff. And ain't no telling who paid them to do what it is that they do. Especially her. So I was about to do a reading. This turned into this whole long spiel because before I can even get started, I looked up at the corner of my eye and seen her. I want to say some stuff so bad. It's like I wanted to do some stuff so bad earlier today. Man, it takes so much patience, so much restraint when it comes down to dealing with these people and their energy manipulation that they do. It's so funny because one of those girls that was in my car earlier, I picked her up and we took this long trip to where I dropped her off at almost an hour long. And when we got ready to pull out the parking lot because she had to stop, she told me to turn on some street. And I was like, is it that street or this one? And so she pointed the street out and then proceeded to say, you don't live over in this area? Which I thought was odd. Why would you ask me if I lived over in there? Out of the whole big Atlanta, the whole big Georgia, why would you ask me like you just assumed that I lived over in the area? Never mind the fact that my tags say completely different county from the one that we was in. She was just like, you don't live over here? I was like, no. Where do you live then? So I told her what area I was in. And immediately after I said that, it just kind of dawned on me. Why would she just assume that I lived in that area? And so I immediately got to thinking, this got to be one of them too. It's got to be one of them too. I went to where I was going. It's so funny. It's where I picked someone up, like the next neighborhood over, from one of the people who I picked up earlier that morning. The lady sounded like she was Jamaican or something. So I picked her up and dropped her off. Then just so happened to pick somebody up from a completely different spot and bring them back over there to the neighborhood right next door from the one that I had been in earlier. And for some reason, she just assumed that I lived in the area. What kind of assumption is that? Unless you were told something, unless you feel like you already knew something, that's not an assumption that anybody would make. And then to pick this young girl up from the Jamaican restaurant, and her energy was horrible. The whole time I was thinking in my head, you can see her just kind of smirking in the background until at some point looked like she got kind of nervous. I took on where she went. Of Of course, I clicked no. I don't want to drive her anywhere else because I don't like that energy. And for her to get out my car and the energy just lingered, it just lingered. And then I get here where I'm going and I run into this shit, just messy. It's like they want to provoke me so bad. They want me to react so bad. Why y'all trying to get me to react to y'all stupidity? All y'all need to be in mental institutions, if you ask me. It's messy, it's childish, it's selfish. I feel like they all have something mental going. But when it comes down to mental illnesses, it's not easily recognizable on some people. Some people know how to play it off really good. Some people will appear as being normal until certain situations occur, and then you can see how that's the furthest from the truth. Can you see how not normal they are? Well, as long as y'all are having fun and doing something like going to the club or something around in that nature, then they'll appear to be normal. But you put them under some in certain situations where you would expect them to carry themselves a certain type of way, and you see they're the furthest from normal. Like I said, I even feel like some of these people, a lot of them are paid to do what they're doing. But needless to say, it was at least three of them that got in my car that I felt like were staged. This last one, I just completely ended I just ended with her because I was just over it. Her energy had me with a headache, like I felt it strong in my head once she got out. I was like, yeah, I'm about to. I gotta go and sit down somewhere and clear this energy off me. I need to go and ground myself because there's something going on in the air. You can feel it. If y'all know, you know. If you know, you know. You can feel it. So I was about to do a reading because I want to pull on this energy. And I was actually down at the park and I was going to do it there, but again, for some reason, my devices don't connect anymore. And I have a hotspot on my cell phone. One day I was in the car, my hotspot was working just fine. One of my devices was connected on it. Somebody got in the car and got back out. All of a sudden, the internet went out. My device is never connected again to my phone. So I don't know what the problem is and why I have so many issues with the internet or just connecting stuff to my phone, which I pay additional money for the hotspot, but I'm never able to use it because none of my devices will connect to it. I don't think that's a coincidence, y'all. Like I said, I have issues now. I've never had these kind of issues before ever. So I know it's not just a coincidence, especially with everything going on. I know it's not just a coincidence. But how can I prove that? Aside from how can I prove it, who I'm gonna tell? So a lot of these things you just have to kind of just deal with silently. Just leave well enough alone. Figure out ways around it. crazy because I don't feel like I should have to keep improvising for these people around me to get their way while they're trying to stage situations where I'm constantly being stalked. I'm constantly being watched from all different people. You mention all the tags around you. It starts sounding like you're crazy because there's so many of them, y'all. So there's no point for you to even mention that. You talk about the gang stalkers, and really that makes you look crazy too. But we all know what's going on here. It only makes you look crazy to the people who don't know, to the people who can't really see, or the people who faking like they can't see because they're involved in it as well. And so while this has been going on for seem like 2 years now, and I've yet to figure out what's going on. Not one single person has came to me. I've only had people to separate themselves from me, the people who I were dealing with. It's sad. Like, when is this going to stop? When is it going to come to an end? It's constantly being watched, constantly being provoked. People constantly throwing subliminal messages. Like I said, the minute you mention it out in the world, it seems like you're crazy. There's so much more I want to say, but I'm just going to leave it here. I've been talking for 33 minutes, you may as well say. And I really came on here just to do an energy read because I want to see what comes out of the energy. So, before I use all my battery on this, I'll be back, y'all.